All right, it is new league time. I am very excited. I am excited about this Atlas strategy that I'm going to be using. This is how I'm going to start it. Right here at the very beginning, I'm going to get Beast, I'm going to get Incursion, I'm going to get Delve, and I'm going to get June. This extra chance to throw them in your map, that's free content. And early on, this means free experience, and this means more loot. Then I'm going to go ahead and grab here because I like to have essence in my map, and it's 3 points to get some essence. I'm going to immediately path up this way, and I'm going to grab Mirrors of Delirium. This is going to put Delirium in my maps. That is excellent. Now I'm going to want to be getting these maps early on to have a 15% chance when a map drops that it drops at a higher quality. I'm going to rush that shit pretty quickly. And then I'm obviously going to come up here and grab that one next, just like so. And then I think I'm going to pipe over this way and get some Kurak missions. Like so. Each one of these Kurak things gives you more Kurak missions, which will give you more free maps for filling out your Atlas. And then you also got this bad boy for 1 extra point to get another one of those 10% chances to upgrade your map. So with these 3 bad boys, I'm going to have 30% chance when a map drops, it drops a tier higher. That should be good enough on the maps. I'm going to pick this guy up a little bit later, probably around yellow maps. I don't know exactly when I'll get there, but I'll grab this guy as well. But for now, I'm going to come and get more Kurak. I'm going to come down this way and get more Kurak. Now that I'm all loaded up on Kurak, I'm all loaded up on maps. These are all going to be dropping in all of my stuff. And the only real content I'm getting is Delirium with these guys. But now I'm going to pump up the content just a little bit here at the beginning. I'm going to pipe up this way. Another 10% chance for June. And these guys are a huge chunk for Expedition. So now I'm getting a good chance to get Expedition. And with just these 3, it's a big chunk for Breach. This is 40% chance to get Breach with just these 3. So I'm going to be getting a ton of Breach. And then right here, we have Legion. So I'm going to be grabbing this. I'll be getting Legion. And then I'll be getting Sacred Grove there. And then for my excursion, or Expedition, I really like the big bombs. So I'm going to grab the big bombs there. And then from here, this is my starting Atlas. I'm going to have Expedition, I'm going to have Legion, I'm going to have Sacred Harvest, and I'm going to have Expedition and Delirium. Now, I might swing up and grab this Blight here. This is a lot of Blight chance, and oils are kind of rough early on, and it's nice to get oils to get a bunch of the really cheap ones and generic ones. You're not going to be getting any gold or silver oils for quite a while, but it's nice to have a big stack of all that lower currency for when you're upgrading your amulets as you go through. You could just throw a super cheap Anoint on. So I'm probably going to do that as well. So I'll consider that in there as well. So this is my Atlas strategy for the beginning. I think it's going to be great. It's going to be absolutely excellent. Now, I don't want to redesign and path out of here. So I'm just going to paste in my end game. Actually, I'll put my end game above. Nah, I'll paste it in. I don't want to have to path through the whole thing. I'm just going to paste this right in here. This is my end game strategy. I'm still going to keep all 3 of these bad boys, but over here, I'm going to remove Ritual, I'm going to remove Ultimatum, and I'm going to remove Rogue Markers. Everything else, I'm just going to keep on. I might remove, there's one over here that I think I can remove. I want that one, Expedition, Sacred Grove. No, I want all of these. So these are the only 3 I'm going to be removing. Now, the new league, Necropolis, I'm making sure to grab all of these. I don't know if Necropolis is going to be good. And a lot of times when you have a triple like this, it says corpses in your maps have a 100% increased chance to have a meta modifier crafting outcome. And each one of these is a little bit different. So this one is chance for a modifier tier rating, meta modifier. And I don't know if these 3 are competing with each other. If they're competing with each other, I'll just have to figure out which one I want best and grab one of them. But for now, I'm just going to allocate all 3 just in case they don't compete against each other, and I can have all 3. I didn't really pay attention to what the new league's going to be. I like to figure that all out live in the game. But let's start back here. Still going to keep that essence that I start with. Still going to keep this Delirium that I start with. I'll probably be pathing out a Blight, but I'm going to hold it there for now. Obviously, new content here. I'm still getting the Expedition. I am going to path up this way for the Breach to just get a few more Breach nodes. and to grab this Necropolis node. I don't really know what any of this does, but I'm going to be grabbing Necropolis. And then Sacred Harvest, Legion, I'm going to be picking up Abyss, because this is a bunch of Abyss chance, and a bench is a bunch of new enemies, which is a bunch of new experience that I would not have otherwise had. Then I cannot continue pathing up this way. I'm going to grab these breaches. These breaches are pretty nice, increased chance to get breach, and then I also like this one, breaches in your maps. Open and close 10% faster. I like to have my breaches open and close fast. With the new change to the breach hands, I'm actually adding breach in. I didn't really like breach in terms of the amount of loot I was getting from breach, but I do like breach in terms of how much experience I'm getting and how fun it makes the content. I like breach a lot. It's really fun to play, so I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to rush up here. I really like this idea. I think scarabs are going to be everywhere. I think everyone's going to be doing scarab plans, and I think scarabs are going to be really strong and really powerful. However, I'm going to cut them out for the very beginning, because I think I'll be able to buy them, and now that they're in stacks of 20, I think they're in stacks of 20 now. Anyways, it's probably going to be a lot easier to buy scarabs. So I'm going to just X-nay on the scarabs at the very beginning. I can obviously pop this off and get scarabs again and just reroute a few things. Like, for instance, right here, I can get rid of this breach, and I just have to reroute 20 points to grab this, but it's pretty nice for 20 points. Now, I always do destructive play, which does mean I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to grab that. I might come up and grab this one as well at some point, but probably won't need it for now. And then I'm also going to be grabbing this one. If there are fewer than 50 monsters remaining in your maps, final map bosses are empowered with Wildwood Wisp. That seems like a really good idea with destructive play. And then obviously I'm going to get, I keep saying obviously, it's not obvious. There's nothing obvious about any of this. I need to stop saying that. Breaches in your map have 20% increased monster density. More experience, more good stuff. And I'm probably going to run this map all the way until I kill Maven. Oh, and I teleported over here to grab these guys. So I want to make sure I get all the Necropolis for the new content, because when I play the new content, I want to play it as juiced up as possible so I get the best experience of the content. Because a lot of the times, if you're just running regular breaches without juicing it up, you're going to not get the best experience. So I want to get the best experience out of the new content. If it ends up sucking, I will path right out of it. But until it ends up sucking, I'm going to pump it up. So this is my Atlas strategy for end game. You can see I still have a few points left over. It takes me quite a bit to finally finish the Atlas. You got like the Putrid Quaster and a bunch of other stuff in there that takes quite a while to finally get into your Karak missions. But I think this is pretty good. The amount of content I'm getting on here is pretty ridiculous. So let's see what we got here. Influence monsters, ritual, betrayal, not there. We have a 36% chance to get some abyss. We have a 98% chance to get breach. So breach is going to be in basically every map. Let's see what we got here. I missed so much content. Where did it go? Conquerors. Oh, we got Expedition, 60%. Harvest, 70%. Delirium, 60%. Blight, 70%. Legion, 40%. Abyss, 36%. Breach, 96%. So yeah, that is a lot of game mechanics. And then with all of these guys being able to pop into the same maps, and a lot of them I have, like there's an extra 10 there, there's an extra 10 there, so I have 40% Jun, 40% Del, 30% Betrayal, 30% Red Beast, or Beast I should say. I'm pretty excited about it. I really like what I got going on here. I think this is going to be excellent for my playstyle. I like to run in. I'm not a super fast mapper. I like to clear out the maps pretty thoroughly. I like my maps to be pretty thick. I like my maps to take like, I don't know, 10 plus minutes a map. And I think this is a really good way to do that by pounding in all the content I like. And the content I don't like is Rogue's Marks. I really don't like fucking Heist. I don't like Ultimatum, and I don't like Ritual. I'll probably square off Blight towards the end once I have enough, and I like all of the content over here on the left. I like Legion. I like Sacred Grove. I like Expedition. I like Abyss. I like Breaches. So this whole left side is everything I need, everything I want. I might play with a couple others, especially now that they're going to let me save them. And I can just like switch them on the fly. That's excellent. I might build a few others, but this is going to be my in-game start, and this is going to be my pre-game start. I'll probably do this all the way up to maybe like T14 maps, T15 maps. Once I get into the final tier, I'll probably path out of here and try to squeeze in this right here. But that's a lot of content. Now, if I get rid of the league mechanic, which is going to give me a ton of points, if I end up not liking it, I'll be able to squeeze in so many more mechanics, or just pump up the ones I already have, because I have some legion here I can easily grab. I can swing over here, force some harvest. I got some harvest over here, some legion over here. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm excited. Can't wait for the league to start. I'll talk about the build I'm going to play later. Yeah, I'll just talk about it now. Why not? I already have it up. Real quick, I think Inquisitor is going to be the big winner. So I'm going to play just a standard brand Inquisitor. I've never played a straight brand Inquisitor, but it starts so strong. Let's just clear this out right here. It starts right here, immediately getting 2 brands. I don't think you get brands for quite a while, so that's kind of pointless. But these nodes are all super strong, right? Very strong nodes. Across the board, that is a lot of power. And then you just freaking swing right up here, and then you're already critting a ton with these brands, right? You're getting a ton of crit. And then from here, you can go over here, grab this crit here. You're critting even more. Now you got more life. This is just all right here at your fingertips. All this power. All this power. You can swing up here. You grab some spell crit right there. Get that life. Get these bad boys. Now you're going to be running a little low on elemental damage, so you're going to want to swing over here, grab that, some nice little elemental damage, might as well get some life, and then from here, you can get more brands. Now for the brands, I'm probably going to start with the cast 2 additional, then from there, I'm going to go to increase brand attachment range, and I'll either go brand recall with cooldown recovery, or the random enemies, can't really tell. I'm going to be doing Storm Brand, so it's not going to be igniting anything, so I don't know how much benefit I get from it bouncing around. So I'll probably just do the Brand Recall, put that on automation. I'm real excited about automation. A lot of people love their left click, but what they're missing out, automation, you can put so many more spells in there. I'm going to put Brand Recall in there. I'm going to put a guard skill in there, and it's just going to be constantly doing it. Big fan of automation. I think it's a brilliant idea. I also really want to do War Cries with the new War Cry one. I like it all. And then just kind of swing through here. I usually wait to get the power charges until I get this guy to generate the power charges. And then I can grab the power charges there. And then just kind of swing over, grab some lightning, some low life, some crit. Get this life, some crit. And that's pretty much the framework. I'll do some minor changes. As it goes on, I'll be getting these jewel sockets, but it takes me forever to get some useful jewels. And then I'll probably come over here, grab that, grab that, grab that. And level 92, this is the basic framework that I'm going to do for my Inquisitor. Why I'm playing Inquisitor is the T17 maps are probably going to have some monstrous resistances. And you're probably going to get some enemies that are like 80% fire res or some shit, 80% lightning res. And just ignoring all that, getting a bunch of crit, ignoring all that, sounds super easy for a starter. On top of that, if that if that mana stacking item doesn't get pre-seasoned nerf, it'll be nice to be an Inquisitor so I can re-roll into the Hierophant and go full mana. Or I can steal some of the Hierophants. I think I probably just want this one, the 30% increased mana, 10% of damage taken from life. Yeah, that's probably the only mana one I really need from him. So that's a ton of mana. I can just steal this 1 mana node, and then I can kind of rearrange it and get a bunch of mana, and then I can be a mana stacker. Pretty excellent. That's if that doesn't get nerfed. A lot of people thinking it's gonna get nerfed. I don't think it's gonna get nerfed. I think they are gonna let it play out. It might get nerfed week 1, but I don't think it's gonna get nerfed preseason. I think they gotta let it play out before they get their nerfs on. All right, that's enough out of me.